injured, grieving the loss of their loved ones, their homes, and their lives they once knew. We pray that they survive and start the building of their homes and community again. A minute silence commend.
Nghi thức thắp nến để chúng ta cầu nguyện cho những người đã mất mạng, bị đau khổ vì trận động đất. Xin cho họ được an giấc ngàn thu và những người sống sót được sớm xây dựng lại nhà cửa và ổn định cuộc sống. Thank you.
To guests, ladies and gentlemen, in all men, Paul, and listen. First, Tom, all the members of VMA-Viet, Songta Group, and Rotary, and everybody here from the Illawarra Age Group as well. Welcome to our dinner appeal tonight. Before I start, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owner of the land in which we gather here, and I pay my respects to their past and present elders. Words cannot describe the sadness that we all felt for Turkey and Syria and its people when the earthquake hit their country in February this year. It is estimated more than 52,000 people have died, lost their house, and thousands still missing and in hospital. Turkey is home to the largest number of refugees in the world and has shown unparalleled generosity to its Syrian neighbor. Indeed, up to 3.6 million Syrians have lived in Turkey for more than a decade. Many of them are now victims of the earthquake. Now it is the time for us to come together, do what Australians do best in helping Turkey and Syria. This is the moment when we come together in solidarity as one humanity to show that we care for those people who already suffer so much. We are all giving in whatever we can. Your contribution to the dinner appeal tonight is greatly appreciated. For tonight's event, we'd like to thank our guests for your presence, our volunteers, members, singers, and sponsors for their contribution. Everyone did it from the heart. Even tonight, we can only help a couple families in Turkey and Syria. We are happy. At least we do something rather than nothing. Together, we can make a difference in someone else's life. Thank you.
Wollongong xin kính gửi lời chào mừng đến quý quan khách, quý thân hữu đáp ứng lời kêu gọi của tình người. Quý vị đã dành thời gian đến đây bày tỏ sự đồng tình và liên đới của người dân Thổ Kỳ và Syria trong cơn khốn khổ của họ. Trận động đất thảm khốc vào tháng 2 vừa qua đã lấy trên 52.000 người thiệt mạng, nhiều gia đình bị ly tán, trẻ em mất người thân, hàng ngàn người vẫn còn nằm trong bệnh viện, không nhà cửa, sống cảnh màn trời chiếu đất. Vì vậy thưa quý đồng hương, đối với những người trong bước khốn cùng thì họ là thiếu nhiều hay thiếu ít, mà chỉ cần sinh tồn mà thôi. Biết đâu bên phương trời Thổ Nhĩ Kỳ và Syria cũng có những gia đình đang trốn tránh dưới những tòa nhà đổ nát. Họ cũng chỉ mong được một ít lát bánh mì, một chút thuốc men để qua cơn khốn khổ. Với suy nghĩ này, ban chấp hành chúng tôi không ngần ngại mình là một cộng đồng nhỏ, và với sự đóng góp của mình có thể như là giọt muối trong nước biển. Nhưng xin đừng ngần ngại, hãy mở lòng chúng ta, cứu vớt đồng lợi chúng ta. Dù cho buổi hôm nay chúng ta chỉ có thể cứu được một vài gia đình của Thổ Nhĩ Kỳ và Syria, nhưng chúng ta sẽ mãn nguyện vì chúng ta đã làm được cái bổn phận của con người đối với nhau. Một lần nữa xin thay mặt cho ban chấp hành, thay mặt cho người dân Thổ Nhĩ Kỳ và Syria, chúng tôi xin nghiêng mình trước những cử hào phóng của quý vị. Ước mong mỗi người chúng ta là một hạt mầm hy vọng, vun bón cho thế giới, cho một Thổ Nhĩ Kỳ, cho một Syria đang khốn khổ vì nạn động đất. Ước mong sự quan tâm của chúng ta và thế giới sẽ xoa dịu nỗi đau của những nạn nhân động đất. Xin chân thành cảm ơn những thiện nguyện viên, các nhà bảo trợ cùng toàn thể quý đồng hương. Mỗi người một bàn tay, chúng ta sẽ biến đổi thế giới này thành nơi đáng sống. Xin chân thành cảm ơn. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for the invitation to join you tonight. And I was only thinking to myself as I came in, not only to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land in which we gather, also to acknowledge those who have come from distances, our distinguished guests. But once more, we meet in this hall. We always seem to be meeting in this hall with the Vietnamese community of the Wollongong to address the needs and the suffering of others. What a remarkable outfit you are. It is just incredible that as soon as we hear of strife or tragedies or difficulties and so on, we're coming together here. This must be the most incredible powerhouse, critical space of compassion in the city of Wollongong, because we always seem to be meeting here to address the pain and suffering of others. And I think that comes from the fact that the Vietnamese community of Wollongong, as many from Vietnam who have made Australia their home, have an awareness of human suffering and human need. And no matter where we are in our world, there's going to be tragedies and difficulties because the world's population is fast reaching around about 8.5 billion people. And once human beings enter spaces where there are geotech issues, such as in Turkey and Syria, or other locations where the population needs to expand, live and find sustenance and opportunities, there's going to be more strife. We know that in Australia. We, in the city of Wollongong, for instance, we used to be a series of villages. Now we're encroached upon land that's vulnerable to flooding and inundation, and we have to be ready. But we also are aware of parts of the world where they don't have the emergency services that we have. They don't have the medical or the backup systems when we confront strife and tragedy. So we're very fortunate to live in Australia. But not only that, fortunate that we have people like you, people of compassion, and do not lose that compassion. It's a great gift. Not only does it nourish our community, but it sends an example and is an example to the world of suffering. And tonight we gather in this wonderful space to share wonderful food. But think of those who haven't the food, haven't the opportunities, who are struggling to re-establish their lives. When I watched the scenes from Turkey and Syria on television, I could not believe the immensity of the disaster. But that's the tragedy that they confront. It's not only that they will rebuild, but can they rebuild in a safe way? Everyone says to me at council, oh, that council with all its bureaucracy and expectations about building standards. But that's one of the problems. They were building structures that weren't designed for that particular part of the world on a geological fault. Whereas the rich people in Japan can design buildings and put up structures that resist earthquakes. So the tragedy will repeat itself. But one of the things that we can do tonight is through our actions, not only through prayer, not only being thoughtful and mindful of those who are less fortunate than ourselves, but contribute to the cause of meeting the immediate suffering and need. Everyone, we're very blessed living in Australia, and even more blessed living in Wollongong. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kim. And thank you to Teresa and Fong and everybody here who has contributed to such a great turnout. I was just talking to my good friend Sharon McKenzie from Rotary from staff, and she's probably got a few other feathers in her cap, about just how much we love coming along here to this powerhouse of a community, as the Lord Mayor said. Wherever there is a crisis, whenever someone's in trouble, our Vietnamese community here in Wollongong is always the very first to put up their hand. They are caring, they are compassionate, and I particularly love every Anzac Day, the beautiful service that you guys put on for our vets, and calling them their heroes. It is just a beautiful, beautiful contribution to our community. So I would like to thank you all and thank all the volunteers, and dig deep tonight to help the victims of the earthquake in Turkey and Syria.
Thanks everyone, and thank you Alison. The Lord Mayor wondered what duet we were getting up to sing, but we might reserve that for another occasion. Not so long ago, many of the people in this room tonight gathered here to deal with and fundraise for victims of the Lismore floods. People in Lismore, and part of my new responsibilities as a Minister for Planning is the Reconstruction Authority in New South Wales. We still have people in Lismore who are living in temporary housing, in hotel rooms and in tents. We have people on the South Coast who are living in tents. But that shows the size of the task that we face when rebuilding communities after natural disaster. It is nothing compared to the size of the task that faces the Turkish community and the Syrian community as they seek to rebuild. We celebrate each time that we get 50 or 60,000 people into a football game of a weekend. In Turkey, they mourn 50 or 60,000 people who have perished in those earthquakes, along with another nearly 10,000 in Syria. That's the size of the task. And people may wonder what it is that we can do with a relatively small community on the other side of the world. Well, we can put our hands in our pockets. We can share some of the great living standards that we have to try and help to rebuild communities overseas. Last Saturday night, Alison and I were at the Bilal Mosque for an iftar dinner, the Turkish mosque. And that community had come together and had contributed more than $200,000 from memory to the Turkish Relief Fund. Look, we can set lofty goals for ourselves tonight, but every single dollar is going to make a difference to someone's life. I'd like to thank the sponsors, those who contributed items for auction, those who contributed other items tonight. The food smells fantastic as always. But Teresa, I'm going to ask you one bit of homework. Because on your banner here, it says the Vietnamese community in Wollongong is serving the community in Illawarra. I think you have to say and the world. And the world. Because there are no state, local or national boundaries that restrict this community from its good work, from its contribution, from its effort and from its compassion. And that's why we're always thrilled to come along to any event. So thanks everyone for coming along. Thanks everyone for organising it. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you.
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet and pay respect to those past, present and emerging. And also acknowledge our distinguished guests, Gordon Bradbury, Paul Scully, Alison Byrne, and Leanne as well from Caritas. Caritas does a lot of work around the world for people in need. So your being here and supporting the Turkey and Syria community and working with Caritas is a very important thing. Before I go further, Ken Habak sends his apologies. He would love to be here tonight, but he has family commitments. He wanted to say that he really appreciates and thanks the Vietnamese community for all the work that you guys do, not only in Illawarra, and as our other guest has said, but right throughout the world. So I've been to functions for, I think it was 2017 floods, drought 2018, and there was Ukraine as well, I didn't know that one. But no, I did. I was at that one. We've had bushfires. You've had the Pakistani floods. The list is endless. What that means is you guys do a tremendous job for your community and the whole world community. So thank you to Teresa and the committee. Brilliant job. You guys are awesome. But also, everyone out there is a distinguished guest. All right? We can organise and plan, politicise and do whatever we want, but without your participation in events like this, these things don't happen. So whatever small contribution you make to this event and any other events is very, very important. So XCCI really appreciates your efforts and the world community appreciates your efforts. So keep up the great work. We're very proud of you. It's wonderful to actually work with you guys and thank you very much.
Cô Liên đại diện Hội Từ thiện Caritas sẽ có đôi lời với chúng ta.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for being here this evening. It's an absolute honour, and thank you so much for fundraising for Turkey and Syria for Caritas Australia. For those of you that don't know, Caritas Australia is the international aid and development agency of the Catholic Church in Australia. We have 71 international development projects in 21 countries, including 10 in Australia. We've also helped reach over 370,000 people experience humanitarian emergencies through an additional 34 projects in 23 countries. That includes the war in Ukraine, the floods in South Asia and Mozambique, and the food hunger crisis in Africa. And of course, the most recent earthquake in Turkey and Syria. And thank you so much again for being here today and fundraising for that. As many of you will know, on the 6th of February, Turkey and Syria was struck by a devastating 7.8 magnitude earthquake. On February the 21st, there were 2 more earthquakes of 6.4 magnitude and a second measuring 5.8. As mentioned, the death toll has now reached over 50,000 people as relief efforts continue to support the communities affected by the disaster. On both sides of the border, buildings collapsed and rescue efforts were made to recover survivors from the piles of rubble. To make matters worse, the increasingly cold winter weather is only adding to the devastation, as thousands left injured, trapped or homeless are stuck in bitter cold and freezing rain. So you're here today to fundraise for such an important reason, and I'll just tell you a little bit about the work that Caritas Australia and the Caritas Network are doing in Turkey and Syria. So since the start of the disaster, the Caritas Network has been on the ground to provide humanitarian assistance to those displaced by the earthquake. We're in a very unique and strong position to be able to provide quick response. We've been able to provide distribution of blankets, warm food, and also a supply of water. We've also got telephone hotlines so people can call to help people through their moving process. We've also been coordinating with local authorities, including AFAD, the Disaster Emergency Management Presidency, to provide urgent assistance to those that are in need. Every single person, especially in southern Turkey and northwest Syria, have been personally touched by the crisis. Our priority right now is to ensure that people stay warm and have access to hot meals and clean water. People are still grieving and looking for their loved ones, and we're trying to offer the kind of immediate support that will provide a tiny bit of comfort, but also keep people alive in the freezing winter conditions. They will keep fighting, doing their best to rebuild their life, but the support that you are giving will make a difference. Again, thank you so much for being here this evening. It really will help those that are in Turkey and Syria. So I ask you to dig deep, and like everyone has said, every dollar counts, and thanks again.
Cô Liên là đại diện cho Caritas thì hôm nay cô đến cô nói là hy vọng là ngày hôm nay chúng ta mọi người đóng góp
rất là tích cực để Caritas có thể giúp cho những cái nạn nhân ở trận động đất, và ưu tiên hàng đầu của họ là cho thức ăn và giữ cho những người được những nạn nhân được ấm áp và không có bị cái cảnh là lạnh lẽo và không có nước uống sạch ở bên đó rất là quan trọng. Thì hôm nay cô kêu gọi chúng ta mọi người hãy đóng góp những cái số tiền mà đóng góp ngày hôm nay Caritas hứa là sẽ chuyển lại cho những nạn nhân tại Turkey và Syria. So thank you again. Thank you.
$90 for this
của chị Hòa, con trai tặng cho chúng ta ngày hôm nay.
Xin mời em đưa em chị quý vị yêu cô nào chụp hình nhau rất là đẹp nha. Đi sang hết cho next one.
If you look at the roof, it could be 100 years. Well, if you buy this, you live forever. I live forever. So we start with $100. $100, anyone? $100, anyone? Yes, 100, thank you. Mother Day coming up. This is the best present. Để các bà mẹ sắp tới rồi, các ông chồng đưa cô này tặng nha. $100.
Nhưng mà ở đây mình đâu biết họ đâu muốn biết vợ sống đời đâu. Đi mua cái đi sống đời này làm cho mấy bà vợ.
Chào tất cả mọi người. Cái cây bonsai này á, cái tên nó là banana tree. Mình không chắc chắn á, là cái cây này bao nhiêu tuổi, nhưng mà nó ở với mình á từ lúc mà bắt đầu mình xem nó là 20 năm. Bởi vì á, cái cây này á thì nó rất là dễ sống. Mình có thể để trong nhà 3 ngày, 4 ngày, sau đó mình mang ra ngoài nắng 1 ngày, 2 ngày mình để trở lại. Mình có thể trưng trên bàn, trưng trong nhà và trưng ngoài sân. Đó.
20 years, stay with him.
Can I say a little bit about the tree? The trees have the name is an umbrella bonsai tree. I don't know exactly how old is it, but they stay with me around 20 years. And it's very hard to paint the roof like that. It's very good to put inside or outside and easy to look after it. Okay.
Thank you, and so June, stay with you for 20 years. So today you donate to us. Thank you so much. Anh Thanh đã nuôi dưỡng cái cây này 20 năm. Hôm nay anh Thanh đem ra đấu giá một tấm đồng vàng. I'm sure that you're going to be very sad to let it go, but at the same time, we're very happy that he can help the cause of the Turkey and Syria earthquake. Thank you so much, Thanh. Thank you. So how much do you think the $20 for you? He said around $2,000. Not $2,200. $200 for this bonsai, 20 years. You cannot put a value of money into it. And he donated the price as well. So you don't have to buy the price.
This tree on the market about 2,000 to 2,500.
$300 for the dog.
So if you buy turkey, you sell
$300. $350. $350. $350.
$350.
How much? $400. $400. And Tom is nephew of Thanh, so usually you have to buy back for the uncle over here.
Các anh chị đi bên đi, thấy cái cây chút xíu mà cái cây nó không lương cái nào, nó lương là 50 đồng. Nó chưa có lớn hơn,
Yeah.
nó là cây nhỏ thôi. Nhưng mà khi mà mình trồng 20 năm như vậy đó, là ở ngoài này bán từ 2.000, 2.500, 3.000 một cây. Thành ra là cái thành rất là tốt cho cái cây này ở 25 năm ai tặng cho. Thì các anh chị thấy là rất là cái này rất là quý. Và thành ra là cái giá trị của nó là ngày hôm nay đi bán là rất là giá trị.
When you go to Berlin, just a little bonsai, you pay nearly $100 already. So $500, $500, $500. You don't need to know the hand, just $500. $500 for the bonsai. Anyone else on this side? Đúng ơi, đúng. How much? How much? $550.
$550, 550.
What about anh Lộc? Chị chơi bonsai không? Anh Hoàng, anh kia.
700.
700.
đang chờ bạn dưới tham khảo. 111. 1100.
1100. Okay, we need to be quick.
How about on my left?
1150.
Yeah, 1150.
1150.
Khanh cười chút chút rồi.
Mr. Khan, can you come here, please? I need you to come here. Come. 1150. 1150 going once.
1200. That's the corner over there. 1200. Yes, 1200. 1200 first time. 1200 twice. 1200. 1250 over there, please. Okay. So 1250. 1250 once. 1250 twice. 1250.
13. 13.
No.
Okay.
1250. So congratulations. Con trai của chị Tí hả? Ai vậy?
Cái này là đến đây giúp cho buổi hôm nay lần đầu tiên sinh nhật với cộng đồng.
Con trai đẹp trai quá, ai có con gái rồi ngã rồi được kia. Con trai dễ sợ.
Khanh ơi, Khanh. What happened to your picture?
Cái gọi là
You ask your wife. You ask your wife câu hỏi ý kiến nhận con chưa?
xin lỗi nha. Tưởng nó đẹp trai quá, tưởng chứ có giỏi.
Khanh, please come up. Thảo My. Thank you. Chuyện Khanh nhiều nha. Last but not least, we have a jewelry Pandora from Lenny Jewelry. Lenny Jewelry is located in shopping center in Wollongong, and every time we have an event, they always donate some jewelry for us. And this beautiful lady here is the owner of Lenny Jewelry. You want to say something about the item?
So this is a beautiful thing for Pandora. So that's for our little two-tone necklace and earrings. So it can be auctioned separately or it can be auctioned together. Mother Day is coming up. So we auction and then we put money to the bank and also prepare the present for wife or for mother, mother-in-law, wife, of non-nutrients, okay?
So how much did we start? How much did we start?
Well, the necklace or retail price is 179, but I can start with 150.
So how much did we start?
What is that profit?
Do you want to say something about the auction?
Ladies and gentlemen, please open your wallets. It is tax deductible, all of it, so keep your receipts for it as well. And we're starting at $150. Do we have $150? Raise your hand. Anyone? Anyone at all? $150. I'm looking at you, mate. I believe that you have $150. That's what I know. $150. Anyone? Anyone? Một trăm sáu mươi đồng. Có ai chưa mua quà cho má ở đây hay là cho vợ mẹ á? Anh em mua gì đó? 160 đồng. Có ai không? Cho ta ra 160 đồng. Có ai không? 160 đồng. Đó, 160 đồng. Có một chỗ 160 đồng. I will $160. 160 right here. 170. 170 going once. Anyone? 170. Thank you. 200, thank you very much. 200 có bằng khoảng 200 đồng. 200 đồng có 210. Nếu cô anh đem cái đồng hồ anh cho cô đeo có bữa không á, kiện cầu trước mặt trả tiền đó. 200 đồng. Would anyone like to wear the watch before they buy, for anyone? So 210, $210, 210, going 210, going once, 210, going twice. Remember, all of this is tax deductible. It goes to Syria and Turkey. 210, going twice. Is that it? 210? No one?
And here. How much?
And then after this one, yeah, we have one person who wants to test out the watch. Who is it? Necklace. Oh, sorry. Necklace. My apologies. Necklace. So 200.
By the way, this is I saw him.
Okay, $210 for a necklace in there. Going over there. As you can see, the lovely lady in the watch. She is wearing a look now. It's very dazzling. It's very good for a birthday present or any old birthday present. Và này rất là đẹp, nó rất là mỹ thuật và khó lắm. Ai trong hội đồng này có cái dây chuyền này á, dây chuyền 210. 210 hả? 220 đó hả? 220, cảm ơn rất nhiều, 220. That is now $220, $220 to the end of that, the handsome gentleman over there. 210, $220.
It's a beautiful mother day gift. Beautiful mother day gift. Đây là món quà đặc biệt cho người mẹ mẹ. Come on, this is for Syria and Turkey.
And also, together with this $220 we'll also get these lovely earrings. I don't know anything about women's fashion, so it looks very lovely anyway. You can have a look and pass it around. $220, pass it around. Just don't wear it because we don't want that kind of thing. $220. Do I hear $230? Anyone? $230. 230. Thank you, chú Hoàng. 230 đồng. Có 240 đồng không? 240 đồng có ai không? 240 chút. 240 đồng. 240 có ai không? $240 going to the lovely owner of formerly chef cook of Marlon restaurant over here. $240. Do I hear 240? Sorry, 220 over there. 240. 240 going once. 240 going twice. And 240 itself, Mr. Hang over there. Thank you very much.
This is our volunteer team. Anh Long, you came here from early to put in the table. Anh Bảo, come here as well. We cannot have an event like this without everybody doing the effort. One, Anh Bảo, come here. So once again, thank you to our volunteer. Thank you. Thank you very much. And we hope that we will continue to raise funds in the future and have a lot of activity for the community. And we want our volunteer to continue to put in their contribution. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Dạ, xin kính chào quý đồng hương. Chúng tôi đại diện cho Ban chấp hành cộng đồng người Việt tự do tại Wollongong xin được chia sẻ một sinh hoạt của cộng đồng tối hôm nay. Cộng đồng chúng tôi tuy là một cộng đồng nhỏ, nhưng mà trước cái thảm cảnh động đất tại Thổ Nhĩ Kỳ và Syria, chúng tôi đã tổ chức một cái buổi gây quỹ tối hôm nay và cái số người tham dự rất là khích lệ. Chúng tôi không ngờ là đồng hương đã ủng hộ chúng tôi rất là nhiều, và cái kết quả gây quỹ ngày hôm nay ngoài cái sự mong đợi của chúng tôi đã gây quỹ gần được 11.000. Một cộng đồng nhỏ mà lúc nào cũng luôn luôn mở rộng tấm lòng mình để nghĩ đến những người hoạn nạn, những người khốn khó, không kể nước Úc mà trên toàn thế giới. Hôm nay có sự hiện diện của ông thị trưởng, các dân biểu và cũng như những cái hội đoàn thượng nguyện trong vùng Wilawara, Wollongong, hội Rotary và hội Zonta. Tất cả mọi người đều đến đây và khen ngợi cái sự đóng góp và cái lòng từ tâm của cộng đồng chúng tôi. Vì chúng tôi luôn lúc nào cũng cho mọi người biết là chúng ta đến đây với hai bàn tay trắng. Chúng ta là người tị nạn và ngày hôm nay chúng ta có được cuộc sống ngày hôm như vậy. Chúng ta không thể nào mà không muốn đóng góp. Bất cứ những cái thảm họa xảy ra trên thế giới hoặc ở Wollongong, cộng đồng chúng tôi luôn luôn tiên phong đứng ra để mà gây quỹ. Thì hôm nay cũng không một ngoại lệ. Chúng tôi xin chân thành cảm ơn quý đồng hương, nhà bảo trợ và nhất là các anh chị em thiện nguyện đã cùng nhau tổ chức cái buổi gây quỹ ngày hôm nay. Không có những tấm lòng từ tâm của quý vị đồng hương tại Wollongong, chúng tôi đã không gặt hái được thành quả tốt đẹp như ngày hôm nay. Và chúng tôi mong rằng tất cả mọi người, chúng ta ở mọi nơi, cho dù chúng ta có một cái cuộc sống như thế nào, chúng ta cũng luôn chia sẻ và nghĩ đến những người đang gặp khó khăn hoạn nạn, nhất là hai nước Thổ Nhĩ Kỳ và Syria đang trong cảnh màn trời chiếu đất. Một lần nữa, thay mặt cho Ban chấp hành cộng đồng người Việt tự do tại Wollongong, chúng tôi xin chân thành tri ân trước những cái tấm lòng của quý vị ngày hôm nay. 11.000 đô, đó là một con số rất là khiêm nhượng cho một cộng đồng nhỏ, và xin chân thành cảm ơn.